I love this. I think if you yourself.
Wait, she loves what? Let's read this question. What are your thoughts on women turning to sperm donors and having children by themselves? Oh, goodness. I find that's a healthier alternative than these toxic relationships. I can already tell you, I don't agree with the language around this question. It's a good question. It's a great conversation. I don't think it's as black and white as most people may approach it. And I'll give some more thoughts on it later. But right off bat, by way of the question and the reasoning behind why, I I don't agree with it. And unlike what the first thing she said was she loved it, and I don't agree with that. But let's start her video over and hear what she says all the way through.
I love this. I think if you yourself want to have a child by yourself as a woman, by all
Very pretty woman, by the way. Not a fan of lashes, but man, she's a pretty woman.
means, go for it. If you can afford it, because we should not be having children that we cannot afford.
It's so sad that it's come down to a matter of whether you can afford children or not, as if people with money are the best parents and the only ones who should be parents. And God didn't say that, and He created humankind. But let's keep going.
And like, I'm of the mind that nobody should have children that they cannot afford. They themselves, by themselves, cannot afford.
I'm glad that I know better, but someone who says they're of the mind and they're sharing their opinion and not including God is already a red flag for me. Because I look at it like this. Now, the manufacturer is the one to get the best answers for, or to take your questions to. If you got a car and your car is having problems, you don't take it to the person who makes a stereo. You don't take it to the person who made the seats for the car. You take it to the manufacturer or the dealer who made the car. Same way. You're asking a question about children and whether they should be born, where you should go to a sperm donor and have them as a woman by yourself. That's not a question you ask someone who's been created by someone else and ultimately by God. That's a question you would ask God. And I don't know if this woman has children, but that makes her credibility even lower. If you don't have children, you don't understand the amount of work and nuance and nurturing and commitment and selflessness and sacrifice that comes with having children. Just asking random people online for their opinion about such a big matter is telling of so much more. Because people are experiencing lack of community, lack of wisdom, lack of connection, and they're reaching out to people online and asking them questions when they don't even have the credibility to get them answers. But let's let them finish.
Now, if you got the financial means, baby, go for it.
All about
have
money.
A ball, because have we seen what's in the dating pool? Who the fuck wants to deal with that? So if it makes sense for you, because this conversation is filled with nuance, right? And what works for you, what works for me, what works for other people. When I talk about marriage before children, I'm talking about what I want for myself should I ever decide that I want to have a child.
This advice is so bad. Like, she's the final authority. What I want for my child, for my life, as if she's not created by God, as if her authority is the final authority for life and for what's best. That's why this is so scary. Like I do my best to get on here and share with conviction about the fact that God's design and order, His word, is the final authority about life. That there are men and women who've done so much more life than me, that have wisdom and knowledge and understanding about the nuances and the challenges of life. Why would I just come on here and just spew my opinion with in a way that's like final authority, in a way that's like it's best? This is the expert opinion. Absolutely not. I don't even think this woman has children. It's because the way she's talking about it, like it's insinuated she don't even have children. Yet she's on here trying to tell people if you have money, you can do it. Oh boy.
That's just what makes sense for me, because I don't want to do it on my own.
Makes sense for me.
That doesn't mean that women can't do it on their own if they have the financial means to do it,
Yo, bad advice. Bad advice. pretty woman, but bad advice. At the end of the day, this is God's design. We are his people. He created us. He made us in his image. He decided the order for family. And it's to be with a husband, a wife, and children. All right, and like I said, I don't think this is as black and white as some people may think. So I'm not saying it's a sin to, go and get a sperm donor. I think it's more of a heart issue. And even the way the question was phrased, insinuating like, oh, we can't have any relationships with men because they're just so toxic. I can't find a good man. It's all the same language that has a lot to do with the heart of the individual. The fact that they don't have proper relationships with men. So now it's like, well, how do we make the world work in our favor? How do we go around it? How do we go around men? How do we go around God? Well, let's do it our way. And that's why I say this is bad advice, really bad advice. And it's from a woman who's not even a mother yet. That's the craziest part. And because I have a wonderful mother, I was raised with my mom and father in the home. I have sisters with children. I have friends who have children. I am telling you I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know and what I've seen. Children grow and do better in homes with two-parent households. They're deeply affected by the void of when the father's not in the home. They're even affected when the mother's not in the home. So this advice is not good advice. I'm not saying to a woman out there who's considering it, getting a sperm donor, I'm not saying it's a sin. I'm saying you need to engage your heart to find out why it is you want to do it that way, and let God lead you and guide you. And the thing about I love about having a relationship with God through Jesus is we can always pray. He says to, in all our ways, to acknowledge him, and he'll direct our path. Don't lean to our own understanding. Don't lean to the understanding of another human being who's carnal, who doesn't even mention God, who doesn't mention his order, doesn't mention how things work properly according to his design. Don't listen to somebody like that. Listen to someone who honors God, has God in their rightful place, and is giving wisdom for life and how these matters work. Especially, at the least ask a mother, a woman who's a mother already. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.